Hi YouTube, this is Akai Tayo here. I just wanted to make a video that would help someone out there who's in the same position as me, who is developing their career as a makeup artist. Just to give a background about me, my first career is not in makeup. I actually work in a different industry as a day job. I actually work in the financial field in IT, and I wanted to branch out into a second career and something that was that would tap into my creative side. I've always liked to play with makeup, especially in college. That's where I really sparked my interest in makeup artistry. But within the past few years, I wanted to, explore other options. Try to do a second career, get a second way of income. And if I want to do that, I wanted to do something that I love to do, something I really like to do, which was makeup. And through YouTube, I started to build upon my skills as far as getting better at applying makeup on myself. And I wanted to become a serious makeup artist, but I didn't want to quit my day job in order to pursue a different career. So knowing that with doing makeup, it's all about practice. Well, that's in every industry that you do. You need practice, and what you need the knowledge and also the practice in order to get better. So I was looking for different institutions around my area, as far as if there was a actual course that focused only on makeup. And I kept going back and forth, like finding different institutions, and most of the institutions that I found were only doing cosmetology with a little bit of makeup. And if you do cosmetology, that's a full-on, there is no like night classes or anything. That's a full-on course, and I would eventually have to quit my job in order to go pursue a cosmetology degree, which I didn't want to do. I came across this one particular school, which I can name now, Makeup Designory, which is an accredited school. It has campuses all over the world. I think the main campuses are in LA, in New York City, and I attended the New York City campus because I live around the New York City area. And what attracted me to this particular school is that they had an evening course. And only that their evening courses are very flexible. So I kind of started backwards. I started with their avant-garde class in May, like their advanced course. So the idea is that you take their courses in order from Beauty 101, then the last class would be avant-garde. But I tell you my experience that I started off backward because I wanted to test the waters to see if this is what I wanted to do, if I wanted to invest my money to go into a makeup school or do self-taught and use YouTube and shadow someone. But after their avant-garde and airbrush course, I decided to, I want to do it through a makeup school and not try to teach myself or just use YouTube. Although YouTube is very informational, and you see different techniques from different people from different parts of the world, I decided that makeup school would be better because I would rather have a instructor who has been in the industry for about 10, 15, 20 years to teach me the techniques, or not just teach me the techniques, or tell me from their experience from working from the industry, what are the pitfalls, what their advice would be for someone who's beginning, as far as how to set up their website, how to network, what are the ins and outs of the business.
So this pretty much sucks. I was just filming and then my camera cut off.
So like I stated, I attended Makeup Designory at their New York campus because I live in the New York City area. And what I was saying is that what I liked about Makeup Designory is that they had flexible hours for evening students. And once I started it straight through, as an evening student, you get full advantage of using all the avenues that the day students have. through going through the credit school, as I stated before, it was a big networking opportunity for me. And I chose to go through a makeup school because I wanted to take advantage of the instructors, of their knowledge and their experiences of teaching me what are the ins and outs of being a makeup artist, what were their experiences as a makeup artist, and what advice they can give to me. I wanted to avoid the pitfalls of what beginners would go through by someone else teaching me what they've learned, and in that process I can avoid that mistake. Also through Makeup Designory, they were very engaged with their students. They'd have every Thursday, they had a guest speaker, either a photographer or a makeup artist or someone within that industry who was very knowledgeable to speak with their students. And I knew, and sometimes they'll have celebrity makeup artists. I remember when I was there, Neo's makeup artist came to speak. Beyonce's makeup artist came to speak. Sir John. I was at work that day and I was pissed, but he came to speak and I was like, oh my goodness, they're on it. They also have, also for their students, they've also give you the ability to build their portfolio by having monthly photo shoots. Now, as a makeup artist, when I first began, I started doing makeup on myself. And when I started to transition my social media to a more professional account, all I had was photos of myself doing my makeup. And as a makeup artist, it's great that you know how to do makeup on yourself, but more importantly, you need to know how to do makeup on other people. Recognize different skin tones, different skin shapes, different eye shapes, and how can you apply makeup on that individual, and make sure that makeup suits that individual. Sometimes using Instagram, YouTube may or may not help. And I knew as a with my experience, I didn't know that many people with different eye shapes or skin tones, and I wanted to make sure that if I was going to do that as a career, I wanted to know how to do different makeups on different types of skin tones, not just on women of color, particularly women of African descent who have a certain eye shape. I didn't just want to be a how my instructor would say, a one-trick pony. So that's another reason why I found going to school versus being self-taught was beneficial to me. Another, what would I say? I just lost my train of thought again. As far as, fix my hair. Sorry. Another benefit of going to a school versus being self-taught is that I was able to interact with different students who had different who are at different points of their career. I noticed for the evening students, most of us were working during the day, and we were in different lanes and different professions. Like I stated earlier, I was in finance. I'm still am in finance, working in IT. There is a different student who had a degree in engineering. So it was fascinating to me that we had different students from different walks of life, and through our experiences, we were able to exchange information of what we knew from the industry, from our other lanes of how can it be applied in the beauty industry. For instance, I was pretty good at using social media, and I shared it with other people, how to use social media for their business, and if there was different if people were getting stuck of finding models, I knew there's different sites or different ways to find models to build your network or against test shoots. So I was able to exchange that information. Another student, she was able to exchange information as far as how to legitimize your name as a makeup artist, as far as getting trademark, copyright, so on and so forth. So that was that was great for me. We still keep in touch till this day. And also with going through a school, it teaches you different styles of makeup, which I might touch on another video later. Like how to do editorial makeup versus Instagram makeup. We also, so that was beneficial to me as well. The negative side of, for me, of attending a school was, one was the time management. For most evening students, we work during the day. So on top of that, we will have to kind of manage how to, get our homeworks done. If there was a monthly photo shoot, how to schedule our photo shoots and make sure you keep on top of that so you won't lose your time slot. And also, even though we have the same amenities as the day students, since you're at work, sometimes certain information you don't know about, or because you're not on campus, you're at work. So, like, for instance, the Beyonce makeup artist being there, I didn't know until I saw it on Instagram. And the reason being that since I'm not on campus, I'm not looking at the calendar as much as the day students were. If I was, I would have been there. The second downside was that as an evening student, we don't have our time frame is much shorter. So the evening students is from Monday through Thursday for 3.5 hours. And within those 3.5 hours, the first 30, 45 minutes is dedicated to instruction. So you go through the chapter, the agenda of the day. You go through any homeworks, any questions, and you go through what's the topic for that day. And once you finish the topic of the day, then you start practicing the makeup on the model. And since usually we're practicing the makeup on each other, unless you brought in a model, then you practice on your model. But with that being said, usually our courses is about 10 days. I know the Beauty 101 is about 6 weeks. But if there's a certain area that you want to focus on, it might get skipped. For instance, for me, I wanted to do tattoo cover-ups, which is covered during the airbrush course. But for some reason, we weren't able to cover that. We were mainly focused, I know I became mainly focused on the business aspect, like how do I set up my freelance business as a makeup artist. So, and due to that time crunch, we weren't able to focus on tattoo cover-up, which was, for me, I was like, really want to know how to do a tattoo cover-up. So that's probably a negative side of doing the evening course, is that not everything that you want to learn may not get covered. But the positive side, at least for makeup designers, is that once you complete their courses, you can return to do an audit. So I probably won't audit again because I already audited twice, the airbrush course. But maybe in the future I will come back and do the airbrush course again and ask, can we go over the tattoo cover up? So that's I guess that negative kind of turns into a positive. So would I suggest anyone else out there to go to a makeup school rather than being self-taught or just using Instagram or YouTube? No, I think it depends on the person. For me, as I stated earlier, the benefits of going to makeup school outweigh the cons. Had the ability to network through the school I went to. They had a great support system. They had a monthly photo sessions for the students to build their portfolio, which was absolutely free. So I thought that was a huge plus. And it was a sense of community that I would have gotten if I was just doing self-taught and using YouTube. So that, worked for me. If that doesn't work for you, I mean, by all means, using YouTube will be great, and shadowing someone. I think if we're going to be self-taught, just using YouTube may not be enough. You may need to, find other people who wants to do their makeup and shadow someone who's already in the industry. So that combined would probably balance it out. So yeah, so that was my experience of going to makeup school. I hope my experience helps someone else. So yeah, I don't know how this video is going to come out on YouTube because since I'm using two different, I'm using the video that I'm recording right now on my phone as well as what I recorded on my camera. So it might look very, very choppy. So I hope it's not, you know, too like messed up. And it's also my first video. I've never edited before, so please forgive me. So yeah, hopefully I want to do more videos. I might do it monthly, and the goal of this channel is just to share my experience as a novice makeup artist. As you see my videos before, mainly did behind the scenes photo shoots, putting out questions for other makeup artists out there, their experience, and sharing my experience. So, you know, hope you enjoy this channel. Subscribe, share, and yeah, thanks. Take care.